Everybody. I hope you had a great spring break. Even though it wasn't what we anticipated, I know it still was a break, and so I hope you utilized it and took advantage of it and feel a little bit more refreshed in some capacity. I know that I do. And if I were in a classroom right now or with my advising group, I would play a game called Highs and Lows, something that I stole from Dylan Deal. The parents, you can do this when you're bored around the dinner table as well. But, just what is the high and the low of the last weekend or the last spring break? And I'm always telling you to be transparent. So I guess I'll share a little bit about what my highs and lows were for spring break. The high is definitely that we live in a beautiful area, and every day to see the beauty of where we live has been uplifting. Another high is that as an introvert, I've really secretly enjoyed being home with my family and my children. I enjoy the slower pace. I like the time for reflection. So all of that has been not so bad for me, honestly. The lows. Even as an introvert, I miss the connection. And when I was out this spring break jogging and walking, I saw a lot of you doing the same. And I cannot tell you how much your faces just really made my heart so much full of joy. I just can't tell you how much I have missed all of you. And seeing you in person really brought back the intention and purpose of what it is that I do. So for the last several weeks, I've taken advantage of the time and been planning for next year and planning programming and working with Mr. Montgomery and some of the teachers. And we're really excited about things that we're putting into the works for middle school wellness and upper school wellness. But it wasn't until I really saw your faces over spring break that I realized this is why we are doing those things. And so I guess for the next 5 weeks, it helps me to have that purpose and intention of knowing that I'm not planning things just because they are great from a psychology perspective, but really it's because it impacts you. And so for the next 5 weeks, I would encourage you to kind of have that purpose. What is your intention for the next 5 weeks? And if it's merely surviving, I get it, and I think that's okay. But I think really thinking of what you're trying to do for the last push can really help, particularly high school juniors. I know that you are kind of in this crutch where things still very much matter for you. All of you, it does, but particularly the juniors. So really think of why you're doing what you're doing. And I guess also for purpose, I'll share that I really just want to connect as much as possible the next 5 weeks. I want to tell my peer helpers how much I miss them and that you have done an incredible job of lifting the school climate and reaching out to others. And I know that we'll have our work cut out for us when we come back next fall because it'll really be, I think, everybody's part to make sure that we kind of all pull together and get back on track. And for my senior advisees, I can't tell you how much I miss you. I miss getting to hear stories about what prom would have been for you. Watching you finish finish the race. So I'm going to make sure that I make a point to reach out to all of you before graduation. Just know that seeing you in person as I was out and about through my exercise just really made all the difference. And I want to say thank you for that. And let's finish strong. See you soon.